That's the kind of the foundation of all Pilates training, is the position of your body. And our 5 basic principles deal specifically with where your body is positioned and having to find really, really good posture and position first before you add movement to your exercises. Let's talk about the first one. So Tina, we're going to talk about your breathing. The breathing, first off, as you inhale and exhale through Pilates, you want to be inhaling through the nose, strong through the nose, and expanding the ribs laterally. And on your exhale, you're going to breathe out through the mouth and purse lips, and kind of forcing that air out. Okay, breathe in again. She's turning blue. So as you inhale, your ribs expand outward, and then as you exhale, you pull those ribs together, just like Tina's doing right there. She's going to do that one more time, expanding laterally into your breathing, and then exhale, pulling the ribs together. And she's going to keep doing that. And the other things you think about as you're doing this is not letting the shoulders rise and fall on your inhales. Instead, that breath goes a little bit deeper. And this helps to oxygenate your blood a little bit better than if you're breathing into your shoulders. And also, you try not to pooch the belly as you breathe in also. That way you keep the connection of the tummy muscles. You don't lose that connection if your tummy muscles are staying nice and strong. Okay, that's very good. How do you feel?
Lovely.
Good. Okay, after the breathing, we're also going to talk about the position of your pelvis. Now, the pelvis is our center of gravity, and it's very important where you are in your Pilates training. We usually talk about one of 2 positions. One's called neutral. Neutral is your most stable and shock absorption position for your body, and just in standing motions and in all motions. And then the other position is called imprint. And imprint is a little bit safer when you're first starting some of your Pilates training. You're not quite stable enough to hold neutral. Now when you're imprint, you see how her hip bones have rolled back away from her thighs, and her back rolls towards the floor. Now Tina, go back to neutral again. So neutral is where those 3 bones in front, the hip bones and the pube bone, those 3 bones are flat and parallel with the floor. So she's holding that neutral position. Now when you're in neutral, you haven't just let go of the tummy muscles. You still stay connected. The tummy muscles, she's pulling in right through the transversus muscles, the muscles that wrap around the front of her tummy. So her tummy muscles are holding neutral. A lot of times people think you just let go. You don't let go in neutral. You actually work harder in neutral. Now when she goes into imprint, she's going to roll these bones a little bit closer together. Her hip bones and her bottom rib come closer together, and the oblique muscles work there. So both of these positions really engage the abdominals. And whatever position she's in, she's always engaging it through here. So go back to neutral. And she's going to exhale right back into imprint. So that's just a really good way to feel those 2 positions as you rock back and forth. Let's do that one more time. Very good. And then she'll come right back to neutral. Okay, and then let's talk about what happens at the upper part of the abdominals up here. We also deal a lot with what's happening at the ribs. And if your ribs are popped, like go ahead and pop your ribs for me there for a second, Tina. See how you can see the bones coming out through her shirt? There's not a lot of connection at the tummy muscles there if the ribs are popped. So she's going to pull the ribs down slightly, and even staying in neutral down here, and just using those external oblique muscles to pull down. That helps stabilize the spine as well. Your tummy muscles connect from the pube bone all the way up into the bottom rib. So keeping that whole front side of the abdominal region steady and strong as you're doing your exercise is very important. Let's also talk about what happens in the back. We also are thinking a lot about stabilizing the scapula and the shoulder blades. So if she's got her shoulders lifted up around here, around by her ears, she's not very stable. It's not very pretty either. So as she's doing all of her exercises, she's thinking about pulling from underneath the lats, or underneath those shoulder blades here, the lats and the serratus and anterior muscles here on the sides of the ribs help to pull her shoulder blades down. And if she stays connected from the front, from the back and up to the front, she's kind of got a ribbon of support all the way around throughout her exercises while she's doing the mat exercises specifically. Now let's practice that real quick there. Take both hands towards the ceiling there, and all you're going to do from this position is stretch your hands above your ears there, Tina. And as she pulls overhead, you notice that she's not popping the ribs or the shoulders. So you can practice this exercise to think about both of those principles. She'll bring those arms back up to the ceiling and exhale back overhead. So she keeps the shoulders down and behind and the ribs down in front. Let's do that one more time. Inhale there and then exhale. So we think about all this positioning throughout all of our exercises. Okay, let's bring them back up to the ceiling and exhale them right back down to your side. Okay, last thing I want to talk about is the position of the head and the neck. When we're in standing posture or laying down posture, in an ideal world, our head sits right on top of our shoulders. And it's really easy to practice this on the mat because you can feel the back of your head on the floor. But see how her ears are set right on top of her shoulders. Now that is an ideal position to take tension out of the neck and shoulders. A lot of times our head comes forward, either in standing or in laying down positions like this. And that in itself puts a lot of strain and tension on the neck and shoulders. So when you think about your Pilates exercises, always keeping the head in line with the shoulders no matter where the shoulders go. and in position with the spine as well. So if she comes into a curled up position, into the ab prep, she's going to start by nodding the chin slightly forward with her back of her head on the mat to begin. And if she comes into a curl up, she curls right from the upper abdominals here. Notice how she still has that alignment from the upper back up and through the back of the neck. She's trembling. And she's going to inhale into her side ribs here, and then exhale, roll all the way back down. Now that little ab prep exercise takes the work out of the neck, which a lot of times ab work gets into the neck, and puts the work where it should be, here into the upper abs. So let's try that one more time. She's going to nod the chin, keeping the back of the head on the mat, and then curl, pulling the ribs towards the hips. Inhale there to stay, Tina. And then exhale, roll right back down through the upper back and neck. So all of those principles that we just talked about, we keep those in mind as you're doing all of your exercises, whether it's on the mat work, or on the kettlebells, or on the reformer, or in the tower. All of the classes involve that. So good job, Tina. How do you feel?
Like I need some practice.
She did great. Right, thanks for hanging out. Talk with you soon. Bye-bye.